The Dark Moon Fair returns. If you're not aware, that thing is currently up, as well as your Winds of Mysterious Fortune event, so you can stack that buff with the Wii buff and create a best way to level right now. I'm going to get into how your best way to level is right now, as well as a huge pre-patch hitting next Tuesday. I didn't even realize this was happening, but all those class changes and everything we talked about yesterday, plus a bunch of UI updates, are hitting on Tuesday. We got a lot of shit to talk about, so let's just jump straight in. Here we go. The Dark Moon Fair is back, and that means you get your buffs and everything else, but along with the Winds of Mysterious Fortune, if you missed the Legion Remix event, there is now a best way to level up. That's right, so leveling up will now be much, much easier thanks to the pre-patch event, some of the buffs that just went into effect. So going through the pre-patch event and leveling up is the way to do it right now if you in fact miss Legion Remix. And actually, it is pretty damn buffed out the ass right now. So completing a world quest, say at level 42 right now in the new world quest shit that's open, will grant you 66% of your full level bar. That's right, 66% of your bar will be filled out with a single world quest from the new pre-patch event. And that'll continue on from levels 70 through 80 as well. So leveling up, obviously, via this pre-patch event is the way to go. Not only that, running around and killing rares was only giving about 4 to 16% at a level 67 character of your bar. Now that has been buffed to 35% of your bar. So that's a high level to be at, 67, and it's giving you 35% of your bar. That means running around and killing rares or doing world quests when they pop up. That's gonna just you're just gonna outpace every other piece of content in the game right now in terms of leveling. So make sure you go get your Wii buff and all that. Make sure you're using, obviously, Winds of Mysterious Fortune is a global thing. You don't have to do anything about that. But go around, kill your rares, do your quests, and level up extra fast. That's the best way to do it right now. Pre-patch hotfixes are in. We got a couple things going on. A little table fix here, some item fixes as well. Quests fix an issue where players who race changed to Drakthir couldn't go to Stormwind or Orgrimmar. Good. They shouldn't be able to. We don't need any scalies in those cities. Trading post fix as well as a Twilight Ascensions thing fix. Besides that, there is a major pre-patch hitting. I didn't even know this, but evidently all those class changes we talked about yesterday, and there are a ton of them. I mean, look at these patch notes right here. I could get into them, but these are literally pages and pages and pages of freaking class changes coming into effect. And I thought this was all happening for midnight. No, it is actually happening on the next reset. That's next Tuesday on the 10th, guys. So all these changes are going into effect for all the classes, meaning everybody's buffs and nerfs and everything else. You're going to get a feel for how your class plays before midnight even launches. But besides that, we also have a bunch of UI updates coming in, right? We had the UI changes in this pre-patch, and now we're getting a bunch of updates to them. So in terms of transmog, the introduction of the transmog system for Venthyr Covenant members who have unlocked the Bewitched Wardrobe, they will now receive a discount on outfit changes while participating in the Ember Court feature. So there you go, a nice little discount for you if you're still doing weird Shadowlands shit. When choosing an icon for your outfit slot, now the icons that were transmogged into your character's thing will be kind of defaulted to the top. So any of the armor that you chose will be automatically there at the top of the items list for whatever icon you want to pick. The currency text will now show an arrow tooltip for save outfit if you don't have enough money to currently save another outfit because you're a broke-ass bitch, and then added the ability to use arrow keys to navigate through appearance items. So there you go, some nice changes for transmog there. For nameplates, some really interesting ones. The clickable area for your nameplates has been made bigger. That's right, bigger is better, and we want bigger areas for our clickable nameplates. So there you go, that'll be much better. I have missed a couple clicks on nameplates, so that should hopefully fix that issue. They also fixed an issue where raid marker icons were not showing up on friendly player nameplates. The background color of your raid frames can now also be customized with the color picker, so that's cool. You can create a more colored box if you want to really separate out your raid frames there. Also, boss abilities now have an edit mode option that lets you display it as a timer bar rather than the little timeline that we currently have. So if you really prefer your abilities for your bosses to show up as timer bars that are slowly being filled up, rather than the little drop-down menu that currently exists with the timeline, you can do that. So that's a pretty nice change as well. Blizzard keeps adding in more and more of these, add-on features into the current game, so that's a good thing to see. Boss abilities and boss warnings now have an edit mode option, allowing you to anchor the tooltip to the cursor's location. So another nice little thing that we used to download add-ons for. Important cast highlights is now more obvious. And under enemy NPC buffs and debuffs, the shared CC checkbox is now enabled by default. Endeavor progress bars now have a percentage on them. And the item sets tab in the adventure guide has been removed. So nice changes overall for nameplates. A lot of these, as I said before, were previous add-ons that we used to love and use all the time, now auto integrated into the game. If you haven't tried the game without add-ons yet, I highly suggest you do. Runs much smoother, and it's actually viable with the changes Blizzard has made. For text-to-speech updates, text-to-speech will now say your health, your target's health, your party's health, your resources, mana, energy, etc. It'll say your cast and your target's cast as well. They're also adding new combat audio. Says debuffs for you can change how it says your debuffs via format, voice, minute duration, and volume. And debuff self alerts now announce when a debuff is applied to a player that can be dispelled. So a nice dispel alert out there that you can have audibly called out. Damage meters. A session timer has been added, so there you go. There's now a session timer. This was part of the old damage meters that existed from add-ons, so this is another good one to see. For current and overall sessions, the timer displayed when in combat and only for the duration of the session. For previous sessions, the duration is always displayed there in the top corner for how long it lasted. The login screen environment has been updated with new artwork. Oh my god, guys, is Blizzard doing it? Are we getting the new login screen, the login screen that the community has been asking for ever since this was posted on the WoW forums? I don't know. A man can only hope for the ultimate login screen, but this is probably not going to happen. I don't know what the update is. I think it's like the portal is now actually has a picture of Silvermoon in it, so we'll see that. And then in the cooldown manager, icon padding can now be set to 0. So there you go. Fruity, yeah, maybe, but it's still glorious nonetheless. Okay, moving on. Additional Midnight Beta Season 1 updates for dungeon tuning. All the dungeons are being nerfed. Right now, Blizzard just wants to make dungeons easier. I hope that's the goal, maybe. So healing absorbs reduced, health reduced, damage reduced across the board. All these dungeon bosses getting all their abilities reduced and stuff, except for one. Scourgelord Tyrannus is the only one getting a decent buff here. We see his health increasing, damage increasing, and everything else. Everybody else really getting a bunch of nerfs across the board for the most part. So Blizzard going with a easier feel maybe for this upcoming season. We'll see how it all plays out. No add-ons. Things are definitely going to have to be a little bit easier for a lot of players. If you're a fan of the Hawkstrider, Hawkstriders are getting a bunch of updates, at least like aesthetically. So these are some looks at some of the new Hawkstrider color combos and looks of the way they're gonna, aesthetically, graphically update them. So yeah, a bunch of new Hawkstriders. Hawkstriders have never been my favorite mount in the game, but this red and black one's kind of nice looking. So there you go. Any Hawkstrider lovers out there, rejoice. And finally, guys, this might actually be happening. What started out as a community rumor is now starting to look more and more likely. If you watch the little One More Thing cinematic that Blizzard revealed at the State of Azeroth, there was one point where she puts down her items in her house and there's this like photo that clearly looks like a screenshot with a bunch of other players. Well, people started saying, oh my god, are we going to be able to post screenshots in our houses? Thanks to the new Pin-O-Matic camera being put into the game. This Pin-O-Matic camera has been data mined now, and it is different from the selfie camera that once existed where you could post stuff on X that you screenshot in the game. This new Pin-O-Matic camera actually requires you to log into some Google integrations and edit the photo. Oh, just what the game has been missing for the last 20 years. Yeah, most definitely. Look, more digging was done by Mr. GM on this one. A Craft Your World account-wide progress bar was been made. And then looking at the data mining for the Pin-O-Matic camera, add this to your toy box, frame the perfect shot, and capture the moment. Capture a moment to share with your friends. Now, maybe we're doing a little bit too much digging here, but also Martin looked at this new tool that allows you to edit and add a caption to the photo, a description for the photo, and everything else. Perhaps a new way to add photos in your home on the wall. That'd be cool. Yeah, look, here's the thing. Is it what everybody in the community has been asking for all along? No, but I can imagine degeneracy going wild. Imagine the photos people might take with this, the phallicness of some of the photos that'll be taken. Obviously, really cool for screenshots. I think I have a few screenshots in my own PC right now that I would love to just throw up on my house. Some really cool stuff that we've done on stream. Whether or not this actually happens, we are getting this new camera, which means probably at least the X feature has returned. But overall, yeah, posting your screenshots in your home, definitely looking like something that's not just a rumor anymore. With all the support, it could actually happen. And for now, that is all in terms of news.